Welcome back to the VST channel, guys. VST here at Tech. The Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra got the first May update. Now, I updated this several days ago, been using it, and of course it's time for me to do the full May review. What you're gonna see, guys, in this video: home screen, navigation, I'm gonna show you notification animations, we're gonna test the landscape modes, the quick setting, the blur animation, some widgets. I'm also going to test the recent menu, then also how responsive the app drawer is. Gonna search inside, we're gonna check the wallpapers, the styles, we're gonna check some of the animations, the folders, some apps like Twitter, Chrome, Telegram, Instagram, you know, this is very important, social things. We're going to also open and close the camera, check the camera animations, guys. I'm gonna show you as well the memory allocation, and then test some of the multitasking things like the pop-up window, split window, and of course at the end I'm gonna show you some benchmarks. I rerun all the benchmarks like Geekbench, 3D Mark Extreme stress test, guys. You're gonna directly see the results, and we're gonna do a slow recap. And just pay attention to what I said. I said the first May update because there are already serious indications that we're going to receive another update, hopefully fixing some of the camera issues like vignetting, HDR vignetting, these glowing things, and some other stuff. Also, Samsung potentially bringing back the 2x. Right now, guys, if we are to open the camera, we only have 1x, 3x, specifically for portrait. That's very, very annoying. But first things first, Changelog. Security of the device has been improved, guys. They are not really giving a lot of information. Now we know the version is AWD1, AWC8. Size is 344 megabytes. The security patch level is from the 1st of May. And even when you click inside and just check the Samsung mobile.com, you're gonna see that they put it there. So it's AWD1, Android 13, One UI 5.1, guys, is from the beginning of May. Now, initially they say only security has been updated, but sometimes Samsung are introducing some under the hood changes that they're not even bothered to describe. But okay, guys, since I'm here, I'm gonna show first the animation. This is probably the most tested animation by myself. Why? Because this animation in WQHD 120 Hz is not always flawless. So I'm doing several tests just to confirm the operation of this animation in both modes, guys. Now I'm running the vertical one. I'm also going to turn the phone into the horizontal mode and also check it. And as you can see, guys, absolutely flawless. Now, why am I testing this? The S21 Ultra specifically was very affected by this. S22 Ultra was also not doing fine. But now with the 8 Gen 2 Snapdragon by Qualcomm, guys, I believe that Samsung finally nailed that one. This is very important for the whole One UI interface smoothness, right? This is a very premium phone. It's probably one of the best phones you can buy with money. And any stutters, any lags to the interface are not really acceptable. So let me just do some navigation right now. I'm gonna go to the right where I have Google. As you can just see, guys, no stutter whatsoever, very pleasant, very smooth, 120 Hertz. I'm also going to navigate to the right. Okay, some widgets here, absolutely smooth and not a problem at all. Now, notification animations, guys. All right, I can unravel them. I'll show you all my notifications, guys. If you don't like it, you can just do like this or like that. They're gonna go away. If you want to reply, click here, guys, and you can interact with all of those notifications. And it seems that it works quite pleasant, right? So not a problem at all. And you can, of course, also enable this gesture to get down to your notifications from everywhere on the screen just by swiping down. So I would say notification animations works quite nice. We probably also do the very same test, guys, in the landscape mode, just to be sure that there are no lags whatsoever. So right now I can confirm that the One UI 5.1 on the S23 Ultra with the first May update, guys, it really works flawless. Now let's check the quick settings. So I'm going to unravel my notifications one more time. Okay, one more time to get the quick settings, guys. You can scroll to see what happens. We can click on the device control. All nice and smooth. One more time to also click here to initiate the search. Not a problem at all. I believe Samsung finally improved on these things, guys. Consistency might still be an issue, which means that if you do this 100 times, you probably get 15 to 20 times some very nice stutter, or let's say micro lag. But it's getting better and better with all these updates. And now, guys, pay attention to the blur, all right? Okay, blur animations. I want to check how this goes. Pay attention to the blur animation, guys. Very, very nice applied. Right, no stutters whatsoever, and also very, very natural, guys, to the look. Now, Speaking about widgets, guys, you know we have this famous widget with showing up the battery info, guys. Also, I want to report that the YouTube widget is back now. Clicking from home, I'm gonna get you to home, guys. Shorts will get you to shorts. Subscriptions, guys. And by the way, I'm also testing this to show you the animation, which is really incredible. Click here one more time, going outside, and you can just see how everything really bounces back. The whole background moves. Blur is applied when needed. Let's add that one. We put it here. Boom, we have also the weather. Click the animations. Okay, see? Nice work. Absolutely flawless, no stutter whatsoever. I'm really happy now, finally, after so many updates. Guys, now, while we're here, I'm gonna go inside the recent menu. Okay, no lags whatsoever. And by the way, I didn't really close any of my other applications. So why? Because I wanted to show you how this works, and hopefully don't encounter any lags, which is the case. I can click here, guys, go inside the settings, or click here to search. So this directly moves me to the app search. So app drawer is next thing, guys. I can just go back on my main screen. I do like this. I'll go inside my app drawer. Absolutely flawless, no stutter whatsoever. So I just think that Samsung finally nailed it. I can click here, you can just see I can search for all the things that I have inside, applications, even some settings. I'm gonna click on video. This is going to bring me here all the video settings. Also, guys, if you don't know, you can also type volume, all right, and then you are also able directly from here to go inside your settings for the volume. So this all works quite nice. Now, the next thing I want to test, guys, is the wallpaper and style. Clicking here, all right, I'm gonna go inside the settings, home screen settings, guys. We want to make sure we are on the latest when you're at home, and that's the case, 14.10347. So one more time, this time I'm gonna click wallpaper and style. Color palette, guys, let's just try to change the wallpaper and see what happens. I want to do this with you, so I want to change it and see how quick this is going to operate. Okay, pressing done here, changes apply, boom. We have now the new wallpaper. Now, one more time, wallpaper and style. I'm gonna go inside the color palette, guys, and I wanna change the color palette and also apply it to all my app icons. Why? This test is good. This really takes some time. But as you can see, now it's almost, okay, not in real time, but really Samsung are doing it quicker. And by the way, they were able to really change a lot of this application. Almost all of the Google applications, if not all, actually, the Google applications now support this dynamic theming. Else, guys, you know the story. You can always go inside Goodlock and use Theme Park to create your own themes and change all the icons that are there. Now, guys, let's test some folder animations. I'm gonna open the social one. Pay attention to what happens on the background. All right, all the icons moving away. No lag whatsoever, no stutter. Oh, one very tiny stutter here, guys, but I would say not a big deal. And now, guys, let's start opening some applications. I'm going to now close everything, guys. I'm gonna start first with Telegram, opening Telegram. Okay, very nice. Now let me just open Twitter. Okay, Twitter beta is here, refreshing everything. Okay, scrolling, Twitter scrolling, guys. I think it's getting better. After, of course, Elon Musk bought the company. No, I'm joking. I'm not sure why, but I do believe that at least now this works better. Maybe not so flawless as we have it on iOS, but still, guys, it is absolutely better compared to what it used to be. Another test I want to do in Instagram. Why? When I open Instagram, guys, and I go to the left, I want to see how quick the camera initiates. And actually, yeah, I mean, you can just see, this is really good. Guys, when you're using the camera, and the next thing I'm going to open is the camera, guys, the display drops to 60 Hertz. And there is probably a good reason for this, right? You can probably try to force it, but even still, with going from 120 Hertz to 60 Hertz and going through all the modes, I can say not a problem at all, by the way. You can just see it works quite nice. Even this animation, guys, the camera opening and the camera closing was a problem for the S21 series and even for the S22 series. Now, guys, memory allocation. How do I check this? Every time you do update your firmware, guys, or your version, go use Good Guardians, click on Galaxy App Booster, and make sure to boost all of your applications. But inside, guys, there is something called Memory Guardian, and it will provide a very detailed information. How much memory you're using, how much memory you have allocated right now, and also, guys, you can also go here inside the history and see the available, the cache memory, the running, or the system. Another thing that I do, guys, is just scroll down, and inside the developers option, guys, I can click on the memory tab and I can just see for the last, let's say, 1 day, what is the situation. Performance was normal, total memory 12G, how much is reserved, how much is in use average, and how much is available. And also, guys, I don't recommend the use of the so-called virtual RAM. Now, if you go inside the battery and device care and you click here to the memory, there is something called RAM Plus. My advice to you is, guys, if you have 12G, turn it off. I've done several tests and I believe that the use of RAM Plus brings no benefit to phones like this 12G and even the Xiaomi 13 Ultra and the Oppo Find X6 Pro with 16G, guys. Doesn't really make sense. Now, let's test the pop-up window, guys. How does it work? We can open Telegram, we can go inside the recent menu, I can go back, hold it, guys, and I can put it like this. All right, what I'm testing here is how smooth it operates. I just want to make sure that there are no lag whatsoever and how well we can control it. And now, guys, let's test also the split window. Now, how does that work? I'm gonna put this aside and I'm gonna open Twitter right now. I'm gonna go back inside here, my recent menu, hold Twitter, guys. And if you try to put it here, guys, right, you see, I can put it here or here. Let's put it here and boom. Now I'm going to engage with the so-called split mode. Let's try to open, for example, the camera. Does this work? Yes. So right now, guys, I have the camera here. I have my Twitter. They all work. And I also have the Telegram in a pop-up window, guys. And this is one of the reasons why we all love One UI, because it's so much customizable without the need of using, root and using any custom modes and etc. etc. I see a lot of the Chinese brands are also sneaking in things like this, like also the Edge panel whatsoever. One UI really remains my favorite right now. And guys, last but not least, benchmarks, because I promised you. Let me show you, I did this for you. On the 5th of May, I ran 20 loops from the Wildlife Extreme stress test, guys, and actually results are not so bad. The stability was 75% and actually my phone was holding up quite nice. The best loop score was 3,372, guys. The lowest one was 2,500, resulting into this stability rating. Here you can just see the performance rate, like the best frame rates compared to the best and the worst loops. Also, you can pretty much see the battery drain from 1% to 89% and the temperature increasing from 32 Celsius to 42. But let me just show it there, guys. So this here is the temperature, this is the frame rate, and if I show the first graph, you can just see how stable the frame rate is. So definitely Samsung improving on thermal management. The AnTuTu score that I got was 1,172,000, which is probably not the great, but I believe still quite good, defeating 85% of the phones around. I'm gonna run also Andro bench to measure the storage performance. Here it is, guys. You can see the sequential read, which is almost 2,850, sequential write 1,023 megabytes per second, the random read, the random write, and everything else, guys. I have the history here, guys, and let me tell you something. I'm really pissed with Geekbench 6 because it still doesn't have all the results. I also ran it there, didn't save the screenshot. I will not even bother using this anymore until they fix it. When I was about to test the May update, some of you wanted me to do some samples, night photos, guys, and here I did them. Honestly, I'm still very much impressed by what the S23 Ultra can do. Why? Because, guys, I have the Xiaomi 13 Ultra and the Oppo Find X6 Pro with a 1-inch sensor, and I can tell you, guys, they're really quick. They can do the same shot for 2-3 seconds. The S23 Ultra will take something like up to 9 seconds, but after the processing, guys, the photos are very good. And I did a few samples, guys, and actually even this one that is shot on the zoom is just amazing. So the Galaxy S23 Ultra just provides very stable photographic results. And by the way, you can check my videos here where I tested the camera extensively against the Xiaomi 13 Ultra and also against the Oppo Find X6 Pro. And the Galaxy S23 Ultra still manages to impress. Guys, I really hope that you like this review. Now, I promise the moment they implement the next big camera patch, guys, hopefully in the second May update or maybe later in June, I'm gonna be back with some more testing. So guys, stay tuned, take your time. If you like the video, sub to the channel, like the video, guys. Stay safe until we meet in one of my next episodes. And with that said, VST over and bye.